Yes, another unexplored dimension is sound and sleep. A long time back in 1996-97, I started working on this concept. Since I am a bit of a music enthusiast, I always felt that if I feel very light and bitter, why won't others feel that the same way? And looking into the historical perspective of the development of Earth and the universe, there is that everything was created by a sound which was basically what initially we used to call it the Big Bang Theory and other things. And everything is in a state of vibration, including human personalities. So if we are having the same kind of say vibrations, we gel better. Same is true with the sleep as well. That if something in music or maybe sound resonates well with them, they are able to sleep better. So for that we created kind of a sound. I call it sound therapy, not a music therapy per se, because music is something which is much more evolved science, but sound is the basics of it. So if you look at the things, there are vibrations which can calm the person. There are vibrations which can hold the person's nerves better, and so we developed a kind of a sound therapy where we included 4 to 5 equipments like tanpura, like jal tarang, like the natural flow of water, and also the temple bells. So the sound was created, and this was done recurrently played on the same mode. So what I call is musical monotony. Like if you have seen mother holding a child and trying to make him or her sleep, she keeps on rocking the child, and it is the same kind of a rocking movement which is occurring. So principally speaking, if the same kind of sound waves occur, they have almost the same kind of effect on these patients, and particularly there are children who are sound receptive and they react very positively to good sound, like children who are having autism, and the thing is they are musically very well developed. If we give them the right kind of a sound, they will the most easy and the least expensive sound instrument is our throat. How many times it has happened to us that a phone call comes, we don't know, he has done no harm to us, but we don't feel like talking, we bang the phone. But then there comes a phone again, the person is not known. The very first greeting, you would like to talk to the person. Why? Because resonation is at the same plane. Dr. Alfred Tomatis was the first person, maybe one of the first persons, who started working on the sound waves in a very concrete and a distinct manner. He used to keep the sand onto the table, and underneath he used to play that kind of a sound, and primordial sound as we call it, like Om and everything. It is a sound of creation and basically calming down. So what happened is that the sand particles, they got aligned into various forms of marine life, like fishes, starfishes, seahorses, vaguely. So you could see that nature, how it, though we don't have still the proof of how it is happening, but it happened, and it happened not once or twice, it happened more than that. Then it was seen that collective chanting, like we have with Buddhist monasteries, how sound can heal and how much of area it can heal. Like you have a small kind of a thing which is there, a small sound which is occurring, and it was done in an area which was very prone to burglaries and this thing in USA, and this experiment is repeated thrice. That when the chanting was going on this area, there was no theft, no accidents, nothing. So again they did it after a few months, again this happened. The same is what we see in Buddhist monasteries. And the large, like if you throw a pebble into a water, the waves will form. They may be feeble if there is a smaller stone, but they will all eventually reach the shore. We may not be able to see them, but if it is a bigger chunk of a rock which goes in, the waves are bigger and we are able to see reaching them the shore. The same is true with collective chanting, that the larger number of the group and they are chanting at the same frequency is creating an atmosphere around you which is having a calming effect. So that is where the Buddhist chanting became a very cult kind of a phenomenon, and others. And proper pronunciation of Om is something on which even Harvard University has done the studies. It relaxes and calms your muscles. It decreases your blood pressure. It has got a calming effect on your nerves. It has a calming effect on your pulse rate. So the thing is, it has been now proved beyond, say, doubt. So the sound has its own kind of a importance. And these sounds, if pronounced correctly, like, even is something which people start with around like Om. The word is Om. So it goes from here to your brain plexus. And the thing is, it vibrates in a zone where it opens up the areas from everywhere. And that is where the negative energies will flow out. So, those things are there. And a lot of work is yet to be done. It was there maybe in our, say, the old scriptures, but we have ourselves disowned them. We are learning now through the West the same thing. And so that is what it is.